Or, ladies and gentlemen, imagine this: you walk out of a room and instead of relief, there's a small silence. People look around and a question hangs in the air. Or, where did he go? Missing someone isn't magic. It's the result of how you made them feel when you were there. Tonight, I want to teach you the honest or powerful reason someone will find themselves thinking of you often or unexpectedly and missing you badly. The first step in making any woman miss you badly is to build a life that she genuinely admires. People don't miss emptiness, or they miss energy, passion, and authenticity. A man who has a clear direction, a strong purpose, and meaningful routines naturally creates a presence that leaves a lasting impression. Instead of trying to impress her with shallow gestures, or you become impressive simply by being focused on your growth. When you live fully, she feels drawn to your world, and when you are absent, that vibrant energy becomes something she longs to experience again. To build a life she can admire, you must start with your passions. A man who knows what excites him, or what fuels his spirit, and what gives his days meaning, becomes magnetic. Whether it is fitness, art, business, or learning, your pursuit of excellence makes you stand out. Or women are attracted not to laziness but to ambition, not to excuses but to effort. When you chase your passions consistently, she notices, and she associates you with inspiration. In your absence, she misses that energy that pushes her to think bigger herself. Or personal growth is another vital part of building such a life. Stagnation kills attraction, while growth sparks admiration. Every step you take to improve yourself, reading or exercising, learning new skills, creates respect. A woman who sees your hunger for improvement knows that your future will be greater than your present, and she wants to be a part of it. The moment you step away, she feels the absence of that motivation and drive, or she begins to miss not only you, but the way you push her to see more possibilities. Having a rich social life also makes you someone who is missed. A man who isolates himself, or who has no friends, no community, and no meaningful connections becomes less desirable over time. But when you surround yourself with positive, inspiring people, or you bring a new kind of energy into every interaction, she sees that you are valued by others, that you are admired beyond just her opinion, and this multiplies your appeal. Or when you're gone, she misses the social confidence and charisma that make you shine. Purpose is one of the strongest qualities that makes a woman miss you. Or a man without purpose drifts, while a man with purpose commands respect. Having clarity about where you are going in life, what your dreams are, and what your mission is, turns you into someone unforgettable. A woman admires a man who wakes up every morning with goals to chase and battles to fight. When you're absent, she doesn't just miss your presence, she misses the steady, determined energy of a man who knows exactly why he exists. Balance between work, health, and fun also builds a life that is memorable. A man who only works becomes dull, and one who only plays becomes unreliable. But a man who can balance his career, his health, his passions, and his joy becomes the kind of person people look up to. Women admire balance because it represents maturity and strength. When you maintain balance in your life, she sees a world worth entering. When you're gone, she misses that rare mix of stability and excitement that you carry with you. Confidence is another pillar of a life worth missing. True confidence doesn't come from arrogance, but from competence and self-respect. When you are comfortable in your own skin, when you treat yourself with dignity and others with respect, you radiate strength. A woman misses confidence because it makes her feel secure and inspired. She remembers how it felt to be with a man who believes in himself without needing to boast. Your absence then becomes a reminder of how rare true confidence is, and she starts to long for it again. Living a life she can admire also means being consistent. Consistency in your habits, your values, and your actions creates trust. A woman doesn't just miss unpredictability, she misses reliability, the assurance that when you said you'd do something, you followed through. This kind of dependability creates emotional safety. when you are away, or she feels the loss of that consistency, the rare sense of peace that comes from knowing someone is steady and true, or your reliability becomes a part of what she misses most in your absence. Ultimately, building a life she admires makes her miss you not out of emptiness, but out of genuine appreciation. You don't have to beg for her attention or force her to think about you. Instead, she remembers the way you live, the passion you bring, or the growth you pursue, the purpose you embody, and the balance you maintain. Every absence becomes a reminder of the extraordinary energy you bring into her world. In conclusion, when you create a life worth admiring, you naturally become a man worth missing deeply. Creating emotional depth is the secret ingredient in making any woman miss you badly, because people don't miss faces or appearances, they miss feelings. When you make her feel seen, heard, and valued, you plant memories that remain long after you're gone. Shallow conversations disappear quickly, but deep connections echo in the mind. By being genuinely attentive, asking meaningful questions, and showing empathy, you give her a space few people offer. When she remembers how comfortable and understood she felt around you, she begins to long for that presence again. The absence becomes emotionally heavy. Listening is the foundation of emotional depth, yet many underestimate it. Most people listen only to reply, not to understand. But when you listen with focus, patience, and empathy, you become unforgettable. Women often carry unspoken burdens, dreams, and worries, and when someone listens without judgment, it creates trust. She will remember the conversations where you allowed her to pour her heart out without interruption. She will miss that safe space, because it's rare in a world where people rush to talk. Conclusion: true listening turns absence into longing and silence into powerful remembrance. Validation is another powerful way to build emotional connection. When you affirm her feelings instead of dismissing them, you show maturity and care. Saying, I understand why you feel that way, is more powerful than offering solutions too quickly. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything, but it means acknowledging her perspective as real and important. Validation makes her feel secure in being herself around you. When you're not there, she remembers how it felt to be accepted without conditions. Conclusion: validation leaves a mark on the heart, creating a longing that simple presence cannot replace. Vulnerability is equally important in creating emotional depth. Men often think strength means hiding emotions, but in reality, selective vulnerability shows authenticity. Sharing your fears, dreams, and struggles invites her into your inner world. This makes her trust you more and feel closer to you. She won't miss perfection, she'll miss the realness of your humanity. Vulnerability doesn't weaken attraction, it deepens it. When you're absent, she replays the conversations where you let her see your truth. Conclusion: vulnerability builds intimacy, and intimacy is what a woman misses most when you're not around. Another aspect of emotional depth is empathy, which goes beyond listening or validation. Empathy is the ability to feel with her, not just for her. It is stepping into her shoes and understanding her emotions as if they were your own. When you show empathy, you build a bridge between your world and hers, she will remember the warmth of your understanding long after you leave. That memory is powerful because empathy makes her feel less alone. Conclusion: when you make someone feel less alone, they miss you intensely when that comfort is gone. Shared experiences also contribute to emotional depth because emotions are tied to memories. Doing meaningful things together, whether small adventures or deep talks during a walk or even cooking a meal, creates emotional anchors. These anchors replay in her mind when you're not around. If those experiences were layered with laughter, honesty, and connection, they become unforgettable. She won't just miss you as a person, she will miss the experiences that only you brought into her life. Conclusion: shared moments become emotional fingerprints, and those fingerprints make your absence deeply felt. Consistency in emotional expression is another key factor. A woman will miss a man who doesn't just show depth occasionally, but lives it daily. If one day you are caring and the next distant, she won't trust the bond. But when you are steady in your care, your presence becomes reliable. Emotional consistency shows maturity, and women remember the men who provide provide stability in uncertain times. When you're gone, or she misses not only your presence, but also the sense of safety and predictability you created. Conclusion, consistency cements depth into memory, making absence more powerful. Or respect is inseparable from emotional depth. Respect means honoring her boundaries, valuing her voice, and treating her as an equal. Or women miss men who respected them because respect makes them feel dignified and appreciated. Disrespect fades relationships, but respect strengthens bonds. Or when you show respect in your words and actions, you elevate yourself in her heart. In your absence, she feels the void of that respect compared to the world outside. Conclusion. Or respect is remembered longer than charm, and when it's gone, its absence is deeply missed. Ultimately, or creating emotional depth is about building an invisible bond that goes beyond surface attraction. You don't have to manipulate or force her to think of you, or she naturally will because your presence touched her on a deeper level. Emotional depth is unforgettable because while looks fade from memory, feelings last forever. Or when she thinks about how you made her feel seen, safe, respected, and connected, she will long for that experience again. Conclusion, or emotional depth ensures that even when you're not around, or you remain powerfully alive in her heart. One of the greatest mistakes men make is believing that constant presence will make a woman miss them. In reality, the opposite is true. Or when you are always available, always around, and always reaching out, there is no room for longing to develop. Desire grows in space, not suffocation. By giving her freedom, or you create the contrast between presence and absence, which is where missing you begins. When she has space to breathe, to think, and to reflect, or she recognizes the value of what you bring. Conclusion, space turns ordinary presence into something worth craving deeply. When you constantly chase after someone, or you unintentionally communicate that your life revolves only around them, while attention may feel flattering at first, over time it becomes suffocating. Or human nature desires balance, connection, but also individuality. Giving her space means letting her enjoy her own world without guilt or pressure, or it allows her to invest in her passions, friendships, and family, and when she does so, she appreciates you more. Conclusion. Or a woman misses a man who gives her room to be herself because that freedom makes his presence feel like a gift, not a cage. Absence creates curiosity, and curiosity creates attraction. When you are not always updating her about every detail of your life, you leave space for her imagination to work, or she begins to wonder what you are doing, who you are meeting, and how you are spending your time. This curiosity builds anticipation, and anticipation is the root of longing. Or if she knows everything at all times, there is nothing left to think about. Conclusion, giving her space allows mystery to grow. And mystery is the spark that makes her miss you when you are not there. Space also prevents emotional burnout in relationships. Or too much closeness without pause can lead to irritations, arguments, and emotional fatigue. Or a healthy distance gives both of you the chance to recharge individually so that when you come together again, the connection feels fresh. Or imagine a favorite song. If played on repeat nonstop, it becomes noise, but when given a pause, it becomes special again. Conclusion, or giving her space preserves the freshness of your bond and ensures that she misses you instead of feeling drained by constant exposure. Or respecting her independence is another crucial reason why giving space makes her miss you. Women admire men who understand that they have their own goals, ambitions, and responsibilities outside the relationship. When you encourage her independence rather than suffocating it, you demonstrate strength and maturity. Or this makes her cherish the relationship instead of feeling trapped by it. In your absence, she thinks of how rare it is to find someone who respects her freedom. Conclusion, or respecting her independence creates admiration, and admiration quickly turns into longing when you are not around. Space also allows her emotions to mature, or attraction is not just built in moments of togetherness, but also in reflection afterward. When she has time alone, she replays your conversations, your laughter, and the energy you bring. These reflections deepen her attachment to you because memory intensifies emotions. If you never give her space, she has no opportunity to miss you. Or conclusion, space lets her mind and heart process the bond, and in that process, she feels your absence more sharply and misses you more deeply. Or a man who gives space communicates confidence. Insecure men cling because they fear being forgotten, while secure men step back because they know their value. Or women find confidence irresistible, and it is magnified when expressed through trust and patience. By not over-chasing, you show that you believe in her feelings and your worth. Or this assurance makes you stand out. In your absence, she doesn't feel neglected. Instead, she admires your strength. Conclusion, or confidence in giving space makes you unforgettable, and she misses you not out of obligation, but out of genuine desire. Or creating boundaries is another important way to give space effectively. Healthy boundaries show that you value yourself and your time, which makes her respect you more. Or instead of being available at every call or canceling everything for her, you maintain your own routines, friendships, and goals. Or this balance reminds her that while she is important, you also have a fulfilling life. When you are gone, she reflects on how balanced and strong you are. Conclusion, or boundaries transform you into a high-value man, and in your absence, she longs for the stability you represent. Ultimately, or giving her space is not about distance, but about trust, balance, and respect. It shows maturity, it keeps the relationship fresh, and it allows attraction to breathe. Or a woman doesn't miss a man who is glued to her. She misses the man who gave her freedom to love him by choice, not by pressure. When you give her space, or you let her realize your value on her own terms, and that realization is powerful. Conclusion, space makes her choose you again and again, and that choice is what makes her miss you badly. Being unpredictably thoughtful is one of the most powerful ways to make a woman miss you. Or grand gestures may impress in the moment, but it is the small, unexpected acts of kindness that stay etched in her memory. When you do something thoughtful without her asking, or you show attentiveness and care, the unpredictability creates surprise, and surprise magnifies emotions. Whether it's a sweet note, a favorite snack, or a heartfelt compliment, or these moments become emotional anchors. When you are away, she replays those gestures in her mind. Conclusion, or unpredictably thoughtful actions create lasting memories that spark longing. Thoughtfulness proves that you pay attention to details. Many men hear but do not listen, or they notice but do not remember. A woman feels deeply valued when she sees that you recall her preferences, struggles, and dreams. Or the surprise of you remembering something small, like her favorite song or her stressful day at work, touches her more than expensive gifts. Or she begins to associate you with being truly seen. When you're gone, she misses that rare attention to detail. Conclusion, women miss men who remember them fully, or because that memory makes them feel cherished. Unpredictability adds excitement to thoughtfulness. If you only show affection on expected occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, or holidays, it becomes routine. But when you surprise her at ordinary times, the effect is multiplied. Or sending her an encouraging text before a meeting or bringing her coffee without a reason creates unexpected delight. This delight turns into nostalgia when you're absent, or because ordinary days without those surprises feel a little empty. Conclusion, unpredictability keeps her guessing, and what she cannot predict, she cannot control, or which makes her miss you when you are not around. Being thoughtful doesn't always mean material gestures, it often means emotional presence. Offering your time, your patience, and your listening ear at the right moment can be more powerful than any gift. When she feels your presence in moments she needed it most, or that memory becomes engraved in her heart. Later, when you're not around, she remembers that comfort and longs for it. Material things may fade, but the memory of emotional support never does. Conclusion, emotional thoughtfulness creates the deepest longing because it connects not to the mind but to the heart. Sometimes, thoughtfulness means doing the little things she never expected anyone would notice. fixing something broken for her, encouraging her passions, or reminding her to take care of herself shows that you care in a quiet but powerful way. These acts of service often speak louder than words, or because they show action without demand for recognition. In your absence, she recalls those moments of silent care, or such gestures make her realize how rare and valuable your presence is. Conclusion: unnoticed but meaningful actions make your absence louder, or because they leave a trail of remembered kindness. The beauty of unpredictable thoughtfulness is that it breaks monotony. Relationships can easily become routine, but injecting surprise revives attraction. When she cannot fully anticipate your next thoughtful act, it creates anticipation. This anticipation keeps her engaged, or even in your absence, because she wonders what you might do next. It's like a story unfolding with unexpected twists. Without you, the story feels paused, and she longs for its continuation. Conclusion: unpredictable thoughtfulness transforms relationships into living stories, and when you're gone, she misses the next chapter only you can create. Thoughtfulness also communicates maturity and depth. Anyone can show affection when it's convenient, but it takes awareness and selflessness to act thoughtfully without expecting anything back. Women admire men who go beyond words and prove care through action, your unpredictably thoughtful nature sets you apart from the ordinary. When you are absent, she compares the thoughtfulness she received from you to what others offer, and she feels the gap. Conclusion: maturity and thoughtfulness elevates your value, and in your absence, she misses the depth that only you consistently brought. Consistency in being unpredictable may sound contradictory, but it means cultivating a habit of thoughtful surprises while keeping them fresh. If you overdo it, it loses charm, but when balanced, it builds anticipation and longing, each thoughtful gesture becomes a spark that reignites her affection. When she thinks back on those moments, she feels warmth, gratitude, and connection, that emotional warmth lingers even when you're not present. Conclusion: balanced unpredictability creates a cycle of longing, where every surprise becomes a seed of memory that grows stronger in your absence. Ultimately, being unpredictably thoughtful ensures that she doesn't just miss your presence, she misses your essence. It's not the gifts or words alone, but the feeling of being valued, surprised, and understood that she craves. Thoughtfulness creates emotional imprints that ordinary actions cannot erase. These imprints grow stronger with distance, because absence amplifies memory. When she thinks of you, it's not just you she remembers, but the thoughtful ways you made her feel special. Conclusion: unpredictable thoughtfulness turns absence into a powerful longing, ensuring that she misses you badly whenever you're not around.